Welcome to Dungeon Punks. I'm Fil Cieplak, and this will hopefully be the finale of our Midnighters adventure. And with me we have...
Hey, it's me, it's Stupab. I'm playing Bragi.
I'm Lee Eldridge, and I am still playing Yelena, the Blight Doctor.
I'm producer Kirk, a grave robber named Tormund.
And I'm Mel Shim. I am the woodcutter Greta.
Awesome. We last left off with you reading a final journal entry, the final kind of sentence saying, exsanguination results in reanimation, and you hear screaming from downstairs as you rush out of the study or out of the bedroom, down the stairs, and you see Emilia kind of struggling as she's being like kind of dragged down by one of the corpses, and you see the second corpse kind of like twitching as well. What do you do?
I rush down the stairs.
Yeah.
I've got my Warhammer Goldie like at the ready and my shield out as well.
Okay.
The other corpse is at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab it in the head
Okay.
with my dagger. Kill the brain.
Yeah, so it's like face down, so I'm going to say it's like almost
Remove
like
the head or destroy
twitching
the
to
brain.
get up.
Yeah.
And you just like leap onto its back and you just start
I'm
stabbing.
going to just stab it in the brainstem.
Okay.
I know how to do that because I'm a doctor. I know where that is.
So I'm going to say no roll required, actually.
Okay.
The corpse has not necessarily like begun to probably be able to reanimate to the point where it can properly defend itself. You just leap onto its back and you begin to stab at the spine, trying to destroy it. And after a few stabs, the corpse goes still.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Tormund, you rush down the stairs, you pull out your hammer. Go ahead and give me a melee roll.
Okay. Can I make a specialty in, I don't know how to word this, like swinging, like
In hammers?
in hammers?
You could you could just write hammers. You could go like bludgeoning. It's your
Hammer
call.
time.
Hammer time.
My specialty is hammer time.
Perfect.
So that gives me a second spirit dice.
Correct.
Okay. 2, 1. That's 4 hits.
Okay,
Nice.
that is a triumph, which means basically you inflict a major wound.
Okay.
And this is bludgeoning damage. So you just like run up beside Emilia and you just swing into its head and you just hear the crunching of its skull.
The dead guy's head, not Amelia's.
Yeah. And it just collapses onto the ground.
Okay.
Shit.
The rest of you are also on the top of the stairs. What are you doing?
Well, there's 2 exsanguinated bodies in the study.
Yeah.
And those are the only other bodies, I think, right?
Yeah.
That we found, yeah.
There's one downstairs that's now not
Dead.
moving. The one
Was-
upstairs that you
Not
stabbed.
moving.
Did I
Then-
smash Yakov?
No, he's
Okay.
not dead.
Yeah.
He's not.
Oh,
dead.
right.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
dead.
And then there are 2 more in the study.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, you haven't traumatized Amelia
Okay.
any further.
Well, I guess maybe I'll rush into the study and see if these other corpses are now reanimating.
As you go past him, I'm like, destroy the brain.
Remove the head or destroy the brain.
I'll take out my. I
So-
have my dagger
Yeah.
out. Should
You
I
also
take
have
out my?
tools, remember?
Your longsword would probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
heading.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take my longsword out instead.
Okay.
Put away my dagger.
Sweet. Yeah, you draw your sword, and do you like stand ready, or do you just rush headfirst into the study where you know that the 2 other bodies are?
I'm gonna rush in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bragi, do you follow?
Yeah, less rushy, though.
Okay. So you're behind Greta. You pull out a weapon of some kind.
I'll pull out my saber.
Sweet. So you draw your saber, and Greta, you run towards the study, and like literally as you're just about to enter like through the doorway, one of the bodies, just like one of the corpses, like rushes out and meets you, and kind of tries to like claw or like bash at you with their open hands. And you got a weapon, so I'm gonna say you just
I
can
swing
make an
my
attack
longsword.
right away. So yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and
Cool.
make a melee roll using
Okay.
brawn or agility, your call, but I guess in either case it doesn't matter.
Go
Yeah.
for the neck.
Okay, so
So sorry, there were 4 corpses.
Yeah,
Okay.
Total. Yeah.
4 total plus the doctor.
correct.
But the doctor
But the doctor's
was
not going to
shot,
reanimate. Yeah, yeah.
right.
that we know of.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh,
Ooh,
Nothing.
that's a bad
4,
roll.
5,
that's
7, 9.
very bad roll.
Okay. You're going to miss. However, I'm going to give you, because it's a failure, I'm going to give you an option for what's called a catch. So you can either miss, but since you're about to like run into the revenant, the reanimated body, you can both take a minor wound. So basically you will just collide and you both hit each other simultaneously, or you take the miss and you just like halt before you get too close.
I'll take the minor wound.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you both take a minor wound. You basically just like slam into each other and you maybe like cut at it, or even you just run your blade into its body and you just run it through. And as you get kind of close to it, it just starts like clawing at you. You get cut a little bit.
Okay.
Bragi, you're standing right behind Greta. You see this happening. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll step in and try and slash its head off.
Okay.
And I'll spend my edge that I've got to roll an extra dice.
Nice.
That is double O. That's awesome. Reroll that. That's a miss. So that's just 3 hits.
Okay. So still a success. You basically would have to get 2 additional hits for a triumph. So it's like 2, 4, 6, so on. But you still hit. You get a success. You run up next to it and you cut, kind of trying to slash at its head or its body, and you will deal a major wound.
Okay.
So weapons, there's no real like weapon damage. It's not some weapons do more than other. It's basically dependent on your die roll. The better you roll, the more damage you do. The only thing weapons really do is like their own kind of unique effects. So like a saber is quicker and you can attack multiple times or something like that. In any case, you do a major wound and you basically either decapitate it or do enough of a grievous cut that you just slash at it. And Greta, you just feel the body kind of go limp again as you are like, as you're have it skewered with your sword, and you just withdraw your blade and you see the last remaining corpse begin to make its way towards you, kind of frantically rushing at you with open hands. What would you like to do?
I'm going to swing my longsword again
Okay.
and try to get this other body thing.
Twist.
So both of you can kind of like, if you want, you can get out of the doorway to sort of like have, a better angle at fighting this creature. In the meantime, the other 2 of you, are you doing anything? You seem to have dispatched the creatures.
I'm going to go downstairs.
Okay.
Who
And
has the blood?
I think
I have the
Tormund
vial.
still has it, yeah.
Yeah, I stay with the family for at least a moment to calm them down because that was probably not fun for them.
You find Amelia, basically, she's a little bit hurt. She's got like a couple scrapes and scratches on her legs. Mechanically, she basically suffered a minor wound. But other than that, everyone seems to be okay for the most part. Boris is like, seems like he wasn't as helpful as you would have
We
hoped.
hoped, yeah.
God damn it, Boris.
Kind of, barely able to kind of get his shit into order.
I take the gun out of his hand and give it to Olga.
Reload it for her.
But as that happens, I'm going to say...
Actually, you know what? Sorry, I give the extra pistol that I have to Olga.
Okay,
So they have 2 guns.
sweet. Go ahead and give me a melee roll, Greta, as you engage the remaining body and try to dispatch it as quickly as you can.
Okay. 1, 2.
3, and you get to roll another die. Okay, so just 3.
3.
So that's just a success. So you engage and you are able to inflict a major wound as you just kind of slash at the corpse, and it kind of falls to the ground.
Is it still moving though?
It's not moving.
Okay.
And then, so Bragi, you're kind of like, you get right next to Greta, like getting ready to engage, and she just managed to like cut this thing down in a single stroke. And you kind of wait a couple beats to see what happens, and then you see the 2 of them start to like twitch and move again and start like trying to stand up. I'm going to say they're kind of like face down as they're getting back up.
Okay. I would like to light the torch that I have and jab it into one of the bodies.
Okay. I'm going to say no roll required. You just light a torch. You basically spend your whole action like pulling out your torch, lighting it, and then you just jab it into the body of one of the dead as it begins to stand up. And it just, after a moment, it's not, doused in oil. It's not going to just immediately go up in flames, but you kind of like press your torch against it. And after a few moments, as it gets up to its feet, the flames spread, catching its clothes on fire. And then it...
Hold up. We're setting a fire inside?
Yeah.
I guess we're doing that. Cool. Good.
He's traumatized.
Fair?
And I'm going to say with that, the flame spread and it collapses a second time, though now for a final time.
So was that a corpse that didn't have its head cut off?
Correct.
Okay. So mine is still, the one that's on the landing is still...
Yours is still...
Yeah, the two of us got ours.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They just had some troubles.
I got to roll to see if my torch is done. That counts as a use, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. It's still good.
All right. So you still have torches. And then the last... I think I mentioned that there was that other corpse that is starting to twitch again, but I think you slashed its head or neck.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I thought they got both of them there.
So they're all... So basically now, after like you watch the corpse kind of smoldering, kind of still on fire, you maybe like try to not have it spread too much. I'm not sure, but...
Just pile the carpet on
Yeah,
top of it?
smother it with
Smother
a rug
it?
or something.
But after...
books on it.
I mean, I'll be honest, that was not my first thought. My first thought was try and like kick it deeper into this room, set this whole house on fire,
I'd say-
and burn this motherfucker down.
Greta seems
Can we
like
get
the
out
type of
first?
person that would be like,
It's like, let's put
Well-
out this giant fire.
She's a woodcutter.
Yeah.
She's a forest ranger.
Yeah.
Let's prevent forest fires.
so you snuff out the fire and then silence. It seems like...
From the foyer, you hear, "Is everyone good?"
Yep.
I
I'm...
wouldn't say good, but alive.
So you guys can reconvene and you kind of account for all the bodies. All of the corpses have been kind of destroyed sufficiently that they would no longer kind of pose a threat.
I
What
have
would
an
you like to do
idea,
now?
And it's maybe a bad idea, but I kind of want to feed that vial of potion to Yakov.
I really wanted to drink it myself, so I'm okay with that.
I mean, I don't have another way to save him, and it did seem like the doctor was trying to get to that potion to save himself.
Okay.
Therefore, my deduction is that it will help him.
It's the thing in injection rather than feeding because it's an inoculation, blood transfusion.
Okay.
And maybe there's enough in there for more than one injection.
I mean, I can go back upstairs to the study and see if there is a syringe of some
You could
kind.
also
You
just
might
like,
have a-
you could
in
mark
your
a
tool.
tool
Oh,
and be
my
like, I got
tools.
some
Yeah, your
syringes.
Yeah, okay. I have an appropriately sized syringe and needle, not a giant fucking one that they always seem to use on TV.
Yeah.
That is just like jabbing all the way through someone's arm.
Though unfortunately, this would be like medieval Renaissance time, so like it probably would be like a metal syringe. So it's probably not as
Even worse than you're trying to...
probably not as delicate as.
Yeah. But I'm a doctor,
We've
so I
got
know.
pistols and stuff. They probably have
Yeah.
enough metalworking skill
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
a decent needle.
I just don't think it would be like diabetes
Yeah.
type needle.
Yeah, or like the vaccine
The
needle that's
vaccine
actually
needles.
not that big.
Yeah.
I guess it is intravenous, probably. So.
But in any case, you are able to either scavenge or pull out your own medical equipment to attempt the procedure. So you're just going to basically inject Yakov with this liquid,
I don't know what else to do for him, so
flip it over.
let's give it a try.
Liquid life! Elixir, a tonic of ghastly origins. Consume.
Ghastly.
Remove 1 minor wound and 1 major wound. Gain 1 stress.
So you do that, you inject it. You basically are going to have to consume the entire vial.
Okay.
It's like a small amount, and it is basically consumed. It is spent.
Was injecting it the correct thing to
It says
do?
consume.
Yeah, it says actually. I mean, it's up to you. But
I mean, it seems more like doctor-y to
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
than just pour it down his throat.
It said elixir, but I'm sure we can hand wave.
yeah,
It'll be quicker this way.
Yeah.
but it seems to have reversed some of the effects. You notice, like, as you start injecting it, it takes a moment. It seems like maybe nothing's happening, but then you see some of the color returning to Yakov.
Okay.
He was at like death's door. So basically you have like brought him just enough onto the side of the living that he will no longer die
And reanimate.
and reanimate.
Yeah.
But he is still like barely
Not
coherent.
great.
He's not great. He's still like, he would require proper rest to heal and recover.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully we can get out of this and then he can do that.
Also sucks to be you, Boris.
Yeah. Boris is fine.
Yeah. He was only half exsanguinated.
Yeah. Just a little exsanguination.
Yeah.
All right. What would you like to do now?
We got to find this creature and we got to
Yeah.
destroy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So should we go
Got the hand.
outside?
Go, or is it back in the study? Or do we just
Cabinet's
have to
got
use the
do
hand?
Something.
Oh, the smelly cabinet.
Yeah.
You think we can
let's-
try and lock
ooh.
it in the cabinet?
No, can we pull the cabinet like away from the wall? Like,
See if there's anything behind it?
I thought
yeah.
it was in like the middle of the room.
Oh.
It wasn't like in the middle of the room. Like it was against a wall.
It was in the middle of a wall.
But it was like,
There's
there was
like-
bookshelves on
Yeah.
either side of it.
Okay.
Is there anything we can
It's
do?
also like massive. It's like probably 8 feet tall and
Okay.
probably like 5 feet wide.
So there was nothing in the
There's that
journal
ins-
or the letters that told us how to destroy this thing. Just that
Oh, the creature.
Vlad had wanted it to be destroyed, but he couldn't do it,
he
and
didn't have the
neither
resolve.
neither could Victor.
I have 3 resolve.
There was also I can reread the one entry. Yeah, in his final days, Vladimir gifted me the hand. Whatever secrets it held, his beloved took to the grave. His wish was for me to do what he could not and unearth the means to destroy the thing.
We have to find her grave.
But I too do not have the resolve.
Dig her up.
Dig her up.
We got a grave robber! I produce from my tools a shovel.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to ask Olga and Boris if they know where like the graveyard is, because it's a manor house. There's got to be a
Oh,
graveyard
there's definitely a family graveyard.
Absolutely.
There,
Or is it a cemetery?
or a mausoleum.
There's a mausoleum. The Drakov family, which consists of only the two, were basically buried in a mausoleum in the graveyard.
Interred would be
Entombed. Yeah.
the correct term.
Oh yeah, because it's like it's above ground,
Yeah, yeah.
like in,
Just put in like a slot.
Alcove.
Yeah.
or potentially like entombed. I guess some
Yeah, that's the other.
some have like. I think that's probably more appropriate because it was just the two of them. So you
Yeah.
would imagine like a small mausoleum with 2 tombs with each of the bodies.
Okay, perfect. Let's go.
Okay. Let's
Rob,
do
that grave.
Is it in like the town graveyard or is it like a
It's gotta be on
graveyard
the-
just for the?
It's on the property,
Yeah.
I would
I-
think.
I would
yeah.
Oh yeah.
bet it's on the property.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is.
Yeah, there.
Rich people love to be buried near their family. It's weird.
Yeah, so you you're able to kind of piece together that there probably is the mausoleum on the grounds. You also kind of double check with Olga, and she mentions that as well. So yeah, next step is to venture back outside and dig the body up. How do you wish to proceed? Are you going to leave individuals with you, or
At the very least, somebody, or I should either take the hand or somebody should come with me with the hand. I don't know if we want to leave people behind with the family or
I
if
feel
they're
like I
okay.
should be.
I mean, I think for the
feeling that-
story reason,
yeah.
like we should probably all stick. You should all
Yeah,
stick
that's
together.
what I'm-
But
Don't
it's
split
whether or
them
not
up.
you want to leave them here,
Or
or if you
bring-
want to take them with you.
We
That's
ask, hey, do you want to come in? Hey guys, do you want to come and rob a grave and maybe
And maybe they
kill
just
a
want to
monster?
like lock themselves in one of the rooms here.
Yeah.
Maybe they just do that.
We ask them because they have their own agency, Phil.
They mentioned that they don't feel particularly safe here after the incident that just transpired. However, realizing that you had like destroyed the corpses, the reanimated bodies, they reckon probably staying in the manor is safer than going outside
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the storm.
There's fewer people to keep an eye on,
Yeah.
and they can lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they can go in one of the smaller rooms and close up all the windows and lock the door, and then they'll be fine, and we don't have to worry about them anymore.
They've got 2 pistols.
They have 2 pistols.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a dog.
Yeah.
They can't die while the dog is around.
Exactly.
And hey, maybe Olga is a crack shot.
Yeah.
Maybe she's better than Boris.
Well, she would have to be after Boris.
Yeah.
All right. So you quickly discuss with the others, the locals. They agree that they'll lock themselves in like the bedroom or one of the safer rooms while you kind of circle around to the back of the estate, to the manor rather, and unearth Drusilla's body from the mausoleum. As you venture outside, the storm still persisting, your carriage in front of the manor,
The poor horses.
where you left it, they're just like drenched and soaked. But there might be like, maybe they're you left them in such a way that like they're kind of under the
Undercover.
undercover.
Yeah.
Let's
but-
say there's like a tiny shelter in the driveway.
they're probably pretty wet, but
Put the little like horse
Blanket.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
And
as comfortable as possible.
I make a slight detour and grab some carrots out of our cart.
Yeah, good horsies. And yeah, so you, after kind of gathering your shovel or what have you, you then start venturing to the...
Or whatever's appropriate for
Yeah.
how they're... I mean, I said shovel in excitement, but
yeah, you might have to...
two tools left.
yeah.
You circle around to the back of the manor, kind of navigating through a kind of courtyard and sort of garden area before you find the kind of family graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of the graveyard, you notice the mausoleum, a small building structure standing in its center with Drakov carved into the stone above the door. The door is sealed. And what would you like to do?
I would like to
Bust it down. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna check off a tool and produce my trusty crowbar.
Yeah, crowbar.
My trusty master key.
So you just shove your crowbar into the door and you begin to kind of try to pry it open. I'm going to say give me a brawn athletics.
Sure. Does this count as sleight of hand?
No, this is pretty...
You can make a specialty.
Tormund do it.
Prying.
Yeah.
That is exploding dice. So it's two hits.
Okay, before we get to that, who has light? Do you still have your lantern?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so
Lantern, hand.
you're holding the lantern. All of
I
you are
have
kind
a
of like...
torch too.
You're basically all circled around Bragi as he's like shoving his crowbar into the door. Yeah, you succeed. So you manage to kind of unhinge the stone heavy doors and kind of you hear almost like a cracking sound. And as you begin to pry open the door, three of you hear the kind of the maddening voices drawing closer from the woods adjacent to the graveyard. There's like a crack of lightning, or like a flash of lightning and a crack of thunder that booms, and suddenly whatever illumination you have, if you're like holding the lantern, you have maybe kind of like a bullseye lantern or something, the lights are just snuffed out. The flame is just completely snuffed out. And after you hear that cracking sound of the stone door getting up, being pried open, you are now kind of standing in darkness.
I'm freaking out a little bit.
Okay, I have a torch, so can I use that? Can I light that?
Yeah, you stand outside as you're like, you draw your torch. You guys almost momentarily blind by like the sudden loss of illumination, and you hear the sounds drawing closer. I would like everyone, as you're scrambling for your torch, I'd like everyone to make a discipline resolve roll as you kind of try to like maintain your composure by the thing drawing closer.
2 hits.
I failed.
Okay, I got 1 hit and it's exploding.
Can I have?
And that's
Can I have
one
a
hit.
specialty in working well under pressure? Does that count under
Yeah,
discipline?
you could say like
like in like stressful situations. I'm level-headed.
Clear-headed or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, we could come up with the actual term, but yeah, we could say yeah, definitely. So
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead and add an extra die, and then
Bravery.
Does
bravery. Yeah.
Brave.
does somebody's fear ever play into the rolls? Because I have
Yeah.
a fear of darkness.
Yes. So how fears work, I've kind of like admittedly have sort of forgotten about them because I knew that like it wouldn't really come up too much because it's more of like a long-term
Except for
thing.
right now.
Except for right now, whenever your fear is triggered, you immediately gain a stress.
Okay.
This one.
Okay. So here's how this is going to work. You're each going to take 2 stress minus however many successes you just
Okay.
got.
Okay.
I got 1 success. I'm at 4 out of 6 stress.
Okay. And then you hear the thing drawing closer. And then as Greta pulls out the torch, kind of trying to light it in the rain, you kind of use your body to protect yourself. You eventually light it, and then there's that like immediate flash of light, and you see it. The thing...
The no face.
The Devours.
From beneath you, it devours.
And you see it, a hulking and disturbing thing. a faceless mass of numerous limbs and writhing flesh, all configured into an incomprehensible arrangement. And it like, you light the torch and it's basically standing over you, and it shrieks in horror and anguish from the sudden illumination. However, as a result of witnessing this horror, everyone is going to make what is called a panic roll. So here's how this works. You roll a single die and you add your stress, your current amount of stress that you have to that roll. Okay. The higher that you roll, the worse it's going to be.
I do have a question. Does my talisman play into either this or the last roll at all? Resist the effects of sorcery?
Yeah, technically you would have had one less stress.
Okay, that's good. Because now I have 3 stress instead of 4.
Yes, the 0 is low. 0 is low. Oh, thank God.
0 also!
What's that? 6?
So that's 2.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Add your stress
You
to the
add
number.
your current stress to whatever you roll.
current
Okay.
Yeah,
stress.
so
Can I re-roll
Damn.
using my wooden figurine?
you can, yeah.
Okay, but I have to take the second roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is funny. My talent is my defense rolls in the darkness are blessed, but my fear is darkness.
Oh.
I guess that's worse.
8.
Okay, so what did everyone get total?
3.
3,
2.
4, 2.
8.
Jesus.
Okay. Funny enough, everyone except for Greta, you rolled nerves of steel. You keep your cool. Yes. So you don't panic, but you see the horror. However, Greta, you lash out. You curse and yell uncontrollably. You gain 1 stress. Oh, sorry, no, you lose 1 stress.
Okay.
But everyone around you gains 1 stress. As
You lose
okay.
1 stress.
Yeah.
So you get rid of 1 stress.
I see.
But everyone else gains 1?
so you all witness Greta just like yelling and
Freak the fuck
screaming
out.
uncontrollably, freaking out, and
But she's waving a torch,
but
Yeah.
she's waving a torch.
which is good.
And as you're doing that, the creature kind of shrieks and withdraws back into the darkness. But you hear it kind of like shifting and moving, circling the mausoleum. What do you do?
The hand.
We gotta go into that mausoleum.
Well, does someone want to hold my torch so I can hold my longsword?
Yeah, I'll take the torch.
Okay.
Okay.
Because my
You can hold-
turn's dead.
Should be
Yeah.
able to hold both.
No.
You could hold both. It's technically a two-handed, but you can. You could one-handed as well if you want.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
It just doesn't do as much damage, and you can't use the weapon arts.
Okay, you guys should get into that. Maybe Greta and I will stand out here and keep the thing back. I really want to use this hand.
I think we should all stick together in the light, like
Yeah.
go into the.
Okay, well, we'll
The
like
dark-
back in. You guys
Yeah.
can I
Yeah.
go first? Because
Yeah.
since you're the grave robber and the pickpocket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can open the grave however it
Yeah.
needs to be opened.
Okay. So you enter into the mausoleum, small stone structure, and you see the 2 tombs of both Vladimir and Drusilla.
I use the grave robbing tools that I produced from my tools and checked off, and just start getting in there.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me, similarly with opening the door, a brawn athletics check as you just kind of wedge some sort of tool to pry open the tombs.
Can I make a specialty in athletics that's essentially grave robbing? Or would that...
That's a pretty vague, but
Prying.
like you could say like
Tomb opening.
Unearthing?
like or like just even something simple as like lifting, or I don't know, or like
Do you even lift, bro?
Untombing.
How much do you lift?
Lifting, I think, would apply.
Yeah. That is... sorry, brawn, you say?
correct.
1, 2, so
Is there any way I can
3 and 2.
help? Is there like an aiding mechanic at all in this?
Yes, there is an aid mechanic, and it basically allows the individual to roll an additional action die.
No.
Okay, so you shove.
I'm too terrified of the darkness to rob this grave.
So I guess you're currently not in the darkness anymore because the torch
Right,
has been
we have
lit.
the torch.
But yeah, you try to like, and even Bragi's like helping you as you both are making an effort to pry it open. You're just gonna have to keep trying, and you hear the thing now that like you have both sort of entered the mausoleum. You hear it like just outside the door, and you hear the kind of the shrieking, the noises, the voices
want
as it draws closer.
to try with my hammer to like...
I'm gonna try prying one more time.
I want to use the hand.
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
Okay, well, all of these guys
Yeah.
resolve first.
Okay.
Nope. No successes.
2 hits.
Okay. Yeah, so you begin to pry open, I'm assuming, Drusilla's Or whose tomb are you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I assumed that they were marked, and we went for Drusilla's. I
Yeah.
should have mentioned
Because
that.
it was mentioned that she took the secrets to her grave.
Yeah, yeah,
Which makes me think that there's actually something in there.
yeah. I would have went for Drusilla's to open hers.
All right. So you begin to crack open
Now I
the
wonder if that's
tomb.
correct.
Yeah,
And
it's like okay.
it's a pretty heavy
Sure.
like lid, so even Bragi might even have to help you to kind of like lift up.
Yeah.
And as you guys are doing that, we'll reveal what's inside in a moment.
Tentacles.
A tentacle kind of goes into the mausoleum, so it doesn't enter itself. You just see like one of the various limbs, and it begins to kind of like coil around Greta, trying to like
Okay. I got
knock
the hand
the torch out of her hand.
And I yell, "Behold, the thing that devours!"
Okay. Can you give me a sorcery roll?
I hope so.
Using insight. You have to use insight.
Okay.
Make a specialty.
You've used your 2 specialties, I think.
Oh, you can only have 2 specialties total.
Oh, I thought it was
I
specialties.
haven't used any for sorcery.
No. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, as you level up, you can gain new specialties.
Oh,
You only
okay.
start
Gotcha.
with 2.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm just saying that's the max you can have.
In one.
Oh,
Is
for-
one.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. Gotcha.
Okay. Oh no, that's a 7. No, I failed.
Okay, so you
mumbled
feel
the
the
words
you
too
feel the
much.
power of the hand, but like you feel it fading, and there's that sort of like you kind of recall the journal entry saying that like once the creature feeds, like it is unbound,
Right.
and like you still feel like wisps of power in the relic, but like it's just not working as much as you can keep trying.
Okay.
Try to kind of pronounce your declaration with more gusto, but for the time being the tentacle wraps around Greta, trying to like snuff out the flame that you're holding in your hand, and you get pulled to the ground and you get dragged out of the mausoleum. I would like you to make a roll of some kind to try to like prevent yourself from being just pulled out of the mausoleum. I would say
Okay.
probably athletics.
Okay.
Fortunately, that's your best thing.
Yeah. Okay. Just thinking of. I have a.
Can you make a specialty? Specialty
Wrestling?
in not being dragged.
Wrestling,
Yeah.
and that would be athletics. I feel like that
Grappling.
Grappling. Yeah.
because
Yeah,
wrestling would definitely
grappling.
be about like holding your
Like
position.
Okay. Wrestling.
That's what you do in your spare time.
I'm a pro wrestler. All right. Oh, then I get an extra die, right?
Yeah. Extra spirit die, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So
So you just have to
these-
know which one's your
these two.
spirits.
Okay.
Ooh.
1, 2.
And a reroll.
Nice.
3.
Okay, so you succeed, but there's going to be a catch. This thing is pretty strong. I'm going to give you an option. You manage to grab onto, let's say, the door to like keep yourself from just getting pulled into the darkness. You're going to have to basically lose your torch, have it like get dropped, and the creature is going to try to like snuff out the flame, or you're going to take a minor wound as you just are like squeezed by the tentacle, so it still grips onto you.
Oh, I'll take a minor one.
Okay, so you hold onto the flame desperately,
Yeah.
but you're still grappled. You're still like, it still has you in its grip, and you can feel it constantly trying to pull you, but you haven't been pulled out of the mausoleum yet. You
Okay.
have to find some solution
Okay.
to escape its grip. What would you like to do?
I guess, can I use my... If I'm gripping, then...
Something I wouldn't mind trying if you need a minute to think of something, which is I would like to, if we've got the lid off already, if we're still moving the lid right now, don't worry about it. But if we've got the lid off already, I would like to turn, aim, and shoot.
Okay, so
'Cause I
I'm
feel
gonna
like it's probably filling up the whole doorway if it's trying to pull her out.
Yeah, totally. So there's the lid just gets thrown off to the side. There's that thud of the heavy stone lid crashing to the ground. And you maybe don't even like take a moment to process too much what you see in there. You just immediately wheel around, draw your pistol, aim, and fire.
Okay. So you need to get ones or lowers on this, but I have 5 dice that I can roll. Oh, and we're in combat, so I got a thing.
Okay, you get another
so
die.
I will roll another dice. I'm just going to grab, do that. Sparkly.
Sparkle, sparkle. There's a 2, there's a 4, there's a 6, there's an 8, there's a 3, there's a 7.
Well, that's my one shot for the
You
combat.
rolled every number except for 1.
Damn, that sucks. Okay, so I'm going to give you... This is pretty high risk. I'm going to say you... I'm trying to think of like a potential complication. You maybe either hit Greta or you graze Greta as well, or can you potentially think of some other complication?
Yeah, I could take a minor wound because I was packing it in the rain, and I think it probably just blows up.
Okay, so we'll say either you or Greta take a minor wound as you either hit her or it just blows up in your hand.
I'll take the minor wound.
Okay, and then in that case...
And I just shout, fucking rain.
Jeez, watch it.
In that case, Greta, you are still being pulled by the creature.
So I guess I have my torch in one hand. Do I still have my longsword in my other hand? Or maybe...
Yeah.
Did it... Okay, I'm holding on.
Oh, no, sorry.
So, I guess I'd have to hold on.
You most likely dropped your weapon to hold on to the door, and you're gripping the torch.
Okay.
Try and hit it with the fire.
Yeah, can I swing? Okay, yeah, can I swing back and try to stab the thing with my torch?
Yeah, you place the flame on the tentacle that's kind of wrapped around your legs, and you just try to burn it. Go ahead, and I'm going to say make a melee roll because you are being grappled currently, so you might have to actually do some attacking here.
Okay. Is it a...
I would probably agility or brawn.
Okay.
So either or.
Okay. All right. No.
Dang.
Okay.
I'm gonna die, guys.
Yeah, so here's when things start escalating. So you try to place the torch onto the tentacle, but it's just now beginning to thrash you around. And you, Bragi, since you were aiming the pistol, and I'm assuming probably Yelena, because you're trying to command it. I guess Tormund.
I was, last we saw me,
I'm going to say you're the only one currently who's actually going to inspect the tomb.
Yes, I do that.
Okay.
So Bragi, Yelena, you see the tentacles kind of wrap around further up towards Greta, and you see the tentacle kind of go around her neck, and you see this bizarre appendage with teeth and suckers basically wrap around her throat, and you're going to take a major wound.
It is a Morbius.
And you just begin to slowly see the life draining out of her.
Okay, I think two things need to happen simultaneously.
Yeah.
You need to
whatever's in there.
Inspect it, and I need to try and command this thing again.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say what's in the tomb, because probably everyone's on the edge of their seat.
Yeah.
You find the corpse of a woman. She is
I rob it.
pretty deteriorated, a lot of her skin has kind of rotted away. You're a grave robber, so I guess you're around corpses quite a lot.
I'm used to it.
And you reckon that, based on the decay, that this body has been in the ground, or I guess not, entombed for several decades, and clutched in, or I guess placed on the body's torso.
At one point, it was probably clutched in her hands.
Yeah, but now her arms have kind of deteriorated and faded away. You find a portrait, and the portrait, it's basically like a painting. It's currently framed, and it looks like a portrait of her, but instead of her actual body, you see the creature, and it's wearing her clothing and things of that sort, but the fate where her face would be, you see the mass of tentacles and flesh, and it's just kind of this horrendous image that you see depicting the creature itself.
Can I smash is it framed?
Yeah.
I've got a torch.
Yeah, I was going to say, I produce a lighter, or a
lighter.
whatever the equivalent of a lighter would be, a little flintlock or whatever, and smash the frame if I need to, and just light it on fire.
Okay, so you smash it to the ground, and as you do so, you hear kind of this keening and screeching sound from the creature outside.
Can I try and command it again?
Yeah.
So
we'll say that happens simultaneously.
Yeah.
So I say again with more conviction, "Behold, the thing that devours," and I hold the hand up at it.
Okay.
And I guess
You acknowledge the exclamation mark this time.
Yes. It seemed important, and I'm going to make another sorcery roll.
Correct.
Okay.
Can you use your edge?
Oh, yeah. Use my edge, which just gets me a regular
Yeah,
die.
you just roll another die.
Okay.
think you get an edge because your spirit dice rolled a
0.
And you also, so you get that edge
Can
back.
I just use it again?
As we were discussing before, we'll see if you even need it. How many successes have you got?
I've gotten 1 so far.
Okay. I'm going to say technically no.
Okay.
Because we determined that once you gain edge, you can't just keep chaining it.
Okay.
However, sorceries always work if you get a success.
Yeah.
Yay.
However, sorcery is dangerous.
They have a cost.
There's a cost.
Right.
And your mind just slips into the void, into oblivion for a moment.
Yeah.
You are going to gain 3 stress.
Okay. That's fine. I'm fine.
As like you kind of almost momentarily lose consciousness, you feel like your mind slips into some distant realm, and then you kind of like snap to, and
Probably
you refocus.
when the screaming starts. Maybe.
Yeah, when the screaming starts, and then you feel the power kind of enter your body, and like you command it, and you make the declaration, and the creature freezes.
Okay.
And you, Greta, you feel the limbs stop kind of squeezing and draining you.
I would like to light my torch and then jab it into that painting.
Okay.
That's
So
like
you
smashed.
smashed it.
Well, I already lit it on fire.
Oh, you're already lit on fire.
Yeah, that was like...
Dual effort.
yeah. Burn faster.
When I
Overkill.
stab it, I would like to say, behold, the thing that devours, fire devours.
And yeah, you begin lighting the painting on fire, and you, Greta, you actually start to feel hot, and then you actually see moving up towards the tentacles that are like wrapped around you, flames. And there's no resistance, so like in this moment you quickly like kind of break yourself free of the tentacle, and you kind of throw it to the ground, and you see these flames move up the creature and engulf it in fire. As you kind of continue to light the painting on fire and you stare at the thing, it is eventually completely engulfed in flame, and as the remains burn of the painting, so does the thing. It shrieks and howls before returning to whatever void it came from. And all that remains is a cloud of inky mist, remnants of some place beyond. And the storm starts to pass.
Did we do it?
It's gone.
What happens to the hand? Does the hand just like dissolve, or
No,
is
you
it
still
there?
hold the
Okay.
hand.
Keeping the hand.
And you kind of like,
That's kind of weird.
I'm keeping the hand. I'll put it back in the box.
Yeah, you hold the hand, some kind of relic of power, but also a testament to the hubris of ambition.
And I say, it belongs in a museum.
And the thing that devours is no more. We can say that you exit the mausoleum, the painting kind of now just a pile of ash on the mausoleum grounds. You kind of exit.
I do another quick
outside.
ransack of the
Corpse.
corpse, just to make sure.
You find like some jewels,
Okay.
definitely like valuable, some wealth here and there.
Gotta get paid.
Yeah.
Gotta get paid. And yeah, as you begin to kind of go back, as you walk outside, making your way back towards the carriage in the manor house, the storms, the rainfall is starting to subside. The rain stops. We'll say it's been probably a few hours at this point. It's not like daybreak yet, but you can kind of see that glow over the horizon of like the dawn slowly starting to creep up. And we're not sure where the thing truly came from or how it came to be, but it should trouble the estate no more.
I'll figure that out later.
And we'll end that here with the mystery solved, the creature destroyed, and
The grave's robbed.
a little bit of money in your pocket.
Yay!
Yeah, roll credits.
Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. Hope you enjoyed this episode. For more on the crew of the Archipelago, please follow Dungeon Punks on all of our socials, and make sure to leave a review on your podcast app of choice. Dungeon Punks was produced by Kirk Hamilton for the Podcasts of Doom Network.